Leave a like on this video to receive nothing. No, but what's up, guys? Welcome back to a brand new story. And just imagine this for a second. You go over to your friend's house, who's a pretty close friend, and you're just over there, you just want to chill. You had a long week. But all of a sudden, his sister just seems to be getting a little bit too close and a little bit too comfortable. And all of a sudden, she tries to make a move, and boom, your friend walks in, and it might be the most awkward situation of your entire life. Thankfully, this has never happened to me, but this did happen to a subscriber, and that will be today's story. So sit back, relax, subscribe if you're new, and let's just jump right into it. So we're going to call the subscriber who submitted the story Andrew. So anyways, right, this all happened one day when Andrew went over to his friend's Ben house. We're just going to call his friend Ben. So anyways, he goes over there. They're about, I think they're like 22, 23 at this time. So they're in college, and they go to separate colleges, but they went back home for the summer. They used to be pretty good friends in high school. So, Andrew went over to his house, and, they're just kind of chilling because this is the small window of opportunity of time left that they have, to see each other because, after college, when they get full-time jobs, it's going to be even harder to see each other consistently. So they're taking advantage of the time that they have. Anyways, everyone in Ben's household, everyone in Ben's house who is in college came back. So as well, Ben has one other sibling. It is a younger sister who is 19, and she just went to college. Like, this is her first summer back. And yeah, so anyways, these are all the important details. Let's just jump into it. So, Andrew gets over there. He meets up with Ben. It's pretty cool because he hasn't seen the man in a second. And they have they had like a really good time in high school together. And they're catching up on how college was and like their craziest stories or whatever. And after talking for a little bit, they decide to go sit down on the couch, maybe see if like anything's on and kind of like casually chat with each other. Like, they're not going to like very intensely watch what's going on, but maybe just throw something on in the background as a little white noise or something like that. Yeah, so they sit down, they're on the couch, and that's when Ben hears someone coming down the stairs. And he looks up, and there's this girl that he kind of recognizes and kind of assumes is Ben's sister, who's like a couple years younger. I think she's 19 at this point. Andrew never knew this girl, but he thinks that he's like seen her before. Maybe they met like once or something like that. And this girl comes down. And Ben's like, oh, dude, like, this is my sister. Like, I don't know if you've met her before, but, like, yeah, I mean, maybe, but it's definitely been a second. And she's like, hey, like, it's nice to meet you again, Ben, or Andrew. And Andrew's like, hey, like, nice to meet you too. But here's where things start to get a little strange and a little bit weird, and where, let's just say that Ben might have began to believe that something was a little bit up. So, it's good to make eye contact in a conversation. Definitely, like, when you make eye contact with someone, you're kind of showing that, like, yeah, like, I'm confident, like, I got this, right? But she was making a lot of eye contact with him. She's making a lot of eye contact. Like, she was just looking into the depths of his soul, dude. And she just kept staring. Even when the conversation ended, like, she just kept staring. And, like, Andrew was, like, kind of flickering his eyes back and forth and would occasionally, like, look at her eyes just to see that she was still staring at him. And he's like, okay. And, she says something again. She's like, so, Andrew, like, how's college going? And it's only been like 3 minutes and things are already about to get pretty weird. So he's like, yeah, college is pretty good. Like, my classes haven't been that bad. I'm in a suite with a lot of my friends, so that's pretty cool. And while he's saying this, she makes intense eye contact with him, and then she bites her freaking lip, dude. Like, she full on bites her lip. And Andrew, in the middle of a sentence, is like, yeah, so I'm in this, it just completely breaks his train of thought because, dude, this girl is literally biting her lip while looking at his soul, and it's his friend's little sister. Nah, this is way too crazy. So Andrew can gets himself. He's like, oh, yeah, college has been good. Like, how was your first year? And she was like, it's been great. Like, I really enjoyed myself. And Ben's like, all right, well, cool. We're going to go back to talking, so if you want to go back upstairs, kind of motions to the little sister that, like, hey, man, like, I'm trying to chill with my friend. She's like, all right, bye, guys. She goes up the stairs. And Andrew sits back on the couch, and they're kind of just watching what's going on. And in Andrew's mind, he's like, dude, that was freaking weird. Like, I don't know if I'm imagining things. Maybe she's just, like, really flirty with everyone. But, like, that was really weird. Obviously, Andrew doesn't say anything because this would be an awkward thing to bring up. But, yeah, anyways, so they decide that after a little while, it's a pretty hot day out today. Or that day, not today. It's a pretty hot day out that day. Ben had a pool in the backyard. Ben's house is actually pretty sick, but he had a pool in the backyard. And, Andrew did bring his, trunks or whatever because, he knew it was a hot day. And Ben's like, dude, I got a pool. And Andrew's like, yeah, man, I remember. We had a lot of good times in there with, water gun fights in, sophomore year of high school. So, yeah, he brought his trunks. They go in, they get changed, and they go outside, and they chill in the pool. And it's enjoyable, man. I mean, it's a hot, 90-degree day. The water's nice. It's kind of like a warm water, so it's really nice to be in. It was a little cool for, the first second, but it was just such a good experience, right? They're just chilling out, right? They got their, they got their drinks by the poolside. They're sitting, enjoying the sun. Whenever it gets too hot, they just hop in the pool. It is a fantastic time that they have going out there. However, right, everything was pretty good. Everything was pretty good until Andrew noticed something. So, since they're guys, they have swim trunks and they're not wearing swim shirts. So, yeah, Andrew is in his swim trunks without his shirt on. And he just happens to look upstairs. He just happens to look at the house, right? And he just happens to look in the second floor window, right? Because, I don't know, he just happens to see that. And who does he see in the second floor window? Dude, he sees Ben's little sister staring at him from the frickin' window, dude. And immediately, Andrew doesn't stare back. He looks down, but he was kind of forgetting about the really awkward situation that just happened 2 hours ago. It had completely passed his mind until he saw, the little sister once again staring him down from the window. And then immediately he's like, yeah, no, this is definitely not a coincidence. So he very awkwardly sits back in the chair. And he's like, okay, no way she's still up there because, she knows that I just caught her staring. There's not a chance that she's still up there. So Andrew kind of turns around once again. This time he, picks up his phone because his phone is on the ground and he twists all the way around and he looks up just, very briefly. She's still in the window. She's still staring down. And he's like, nah, this is too freaking weird. So Andrew's like, hey, man, you want to go back inside and, hop on your, I don't know. They might have had table tennis or in the basement or something like that. And, Ben's like, yeah, dude, sure, it's getting a little hot out here anyways. So they pack up, they go inside. And, so those were some pretty strange experiences. However, the rest of that day was pretty chill. The plan was for Andrew to stay the night, just because, throwback, good old sleepover type thing. Maybe he's going to stay a couple days. Who even knows? Andrew's an adult at this point, I guess. He's 23 or something. So, they're sitting upstairs, and after having, dinner or whatever, it's 9:30, 10, and they're just sitting on the couch again, and they're watching something. And Ben's like, dude, I'm so sorry to say this, but, I barely got any sleep last night because I was an idiot and, basically stayed up all night, playing video games with my friends. I am exhausted. If you don't mind, I am going to go to sleep now. And you feel free to stay up, though. It's 10. I wouldn't be able to go to sleep on a normal night, at 10 right now. So it totally makes sense if you want to stay up, dude. I'm just going to bed now. And Andrew had no problem with this. He's like, all right, man, that's cool. I'm just going to stay on here for, maybe an hour or so, maybe a couple hours, just watch some TV. Don't worry about it. And Ben's like, once again, sorry. I'm barely able to keep my eyes open. And Andrew did notice that, Ben was, nodding off, half the time. So he's like, yeah, that's cool. Anyways, though, so if Ben gets up, he goes upstairs. So Andrew's just sitting on the couch. Things are pretty normal. Things are pretty okay. He's just watching some TV or whatever. That's when he hears footsteps coming down the stairs. And he kind of thought to himself, well, it's probably Ben. Maybe he's not as tired as he thought. Maybe he needs to, ask me something. But no, that's not the case. Because this is a pretty big couch. It's big enough, I guess. And Andrew's little sister comes down and sits on the couch. And, not Andrew. Ben's little sister comes down and sits on the couch. And Andrew is just shit. Anyways, guys, we made it this far into the video. The secret word of the day. Let's just make it couch. Let's literally just make it couch. So if you don't know how to spell that, then try and just comment that down below. I'm going to heart as many comments as I can that comment. Sorry, I can't speak. I'm going to heart as many comments to say couch down below. And real quick, I say this every time, but the best way to support the channel is just binge watch the old videos. So just when you have nothing better to do or while you're doing something else, put on my videos in the background. Please let me know in the comment section down below what you're doing while watching my videos in the background. It really does support the channel, so I'll try and heart and respond to as many comments as I can see that are saying oh, I do X or Y while watching a bunch of your videos, because I really do appreciate it, man. I really do. So yeah, let's get back to the story, because obviously things are getting a little bit interesting right here. Anyways, so Andrew's sitting on the couch, and he's kind of just like, he kind of like froze up a little bit, but he turns and kind of makes eye contact and smiles and says like, what's up? Because he's not going to be like a weirdo and like not say anything. And Andrew's old sister's like, hey, I'm sorry. Like, I was just bored up there. Like, I haven't seen my friends in such a long time. And like, I don't know, just you being over here is cool. Someone to talk to. Sorry, this voice is really bad, but you're going to have to deal with it, dude. You subscribe to this channel. You knew what you were signing on to. Anyway, she's like, so, Andrew, like, how was college for you? Like, do you have like a girlfriend back there? Which, dude, immediate red flag. Like, there's immediately a red flag on that one. I mean, bro, she literally, like, instead of saying, how is school? How is your classes? Who are your friends? Can I see photos? What did you do for spring break? There's a million other things you say, and then you say, oh, do you have a girlfriend, bro? Like, oh, come on now. You might as well just be saying, like, hey, can I see down your pants? Like, that's essentially what you're saying here, dude. But anyways. Andrew's like, I could make up that I have a girlfriend, and that could definitely stunt this. However, Andrew's like, I'm not trying to lie or anything. Like, I'm not trying to get myself into a situation, which in retrospect, Andrew says that he 100,000 trillion% should have lied here, but he didn't. He's like, no, I don't. Like, I don't know. Like, that's just not been like, I haven't been really lucky in that category, but that happens. And yeah, that's when Ben's little sister goes on to say, you know, honestly, me too. It's just, you know, it's something I've really wanted. I really just wanted a connection with a guy. Like, it's been a while. I've just had a lot of bad luck recently. And she just kind of looks at him and gives him this look. And Andrew's like, okay, man. Okay, chill, Andrew. Calm down. Breathe. Breathing exercises. You're good, dude. You're chilling. Don't even sweat about it. And she's like, so, like, if you were to have a girlfriend or just a girl in general, what would you like to see in her? And at this point, she starts to like move closer to him. And he's like, hey, yo, bro, no, like this cannot be happening. This is not my best friend, but one of my close friends. Little sis, no, I'm reading this wrong, dude. She understands this can't happen, right? I mean, it's not just me. I'm just not the crazy one here. Has to be both of them, right, dude? Like, right? Like, yes, no? And he's like, I don't really know. Like, I mean, I think I'll know when I see her. And like Andrew's little sister like laughs and is like, so, like, what do you want to watch? And he's like, because he just had like South Park on or something. She's like, let me put something on for you. And here's the thing, dude. The remote was like right next to him. So she really quickly scoots up right next to him and grabs the remote. And Andrew is just sweating buckets right now. Like just big piles of sweat start dripping down his face. Okay, that's more metaphorically. He doesn't sweat like that. But mentally, he was sweating buckets right now. And she's like, you know, like, I'm kind of cold right now. And it was like 70 degrees, dude. It wasn't that freaking cold. But there was like a blanket. She goes over, grabs a blanket, dude. And she's like, while she's sitting right next to him, puts the blanket over both of them. And Andrew's like, oh, hell nah, bro. Oh, hell, like, I'm in a nightmare, dude. I'm in a nightmare. Like, there's no freaking way, dude. And she's like, Andrew, I'm really surprised that you don't have a girlfriend right now. And Andrew's just like, no, dude, like, no, this can't. He's like, yeah, I mean, like, I don't know. Like, I mean, I can't always be lucky, man. Like, and Andrew's just like, this is really, really bad. And she's like, because, you know, I was just really surprised because I thought, you know, you're just like a really nice guy and you're also kind of cute. Like, I knew that's weird for me to say since I'm your... What the fuck am I saying, bro? This story is not okay, dude. This story is not okay, but look, dude, it's a good story. I gotta tell it. She's like, but like, I just wanted you to know that. And after she said that, Andrew's just like tensed up. And she leans in. That was an intentional pause. I just wanted to set the atmosphere. I wanted you to absorb what just happened. She freaking leaned in, dude. She leaned in. And while that is happening, it is the worst timing ever because it just so happened that, Ben, who was asleep, got up because he was thirsty. So he walked downstairs because he wanted to get a glass of water. And while he was walking by the room, which was right next, because like the living room with the TV and the couch or whatever was right next to the kitchen, while he was walking into the kitchen to get a glass of water, that was the exact moment that, his little sister was leaning in to give Andrew a good old little kiss. And they are under the blankets together. It is bad. So immediately Ben's like, what the is happening over here? And like at this point, Ben's little sister turns around and Andrew's like, no way, bro. This is a sting operation. I've been set up. This isn't real life. This is not real life. It can't be, dude. It can't be real life. No way. And he's like, he like walks up and Ben's little sister's like, it's not what you think, Ben. Like, it's not. And he's like, I don't want to talk to you right now. Ben's little sister's like, I'm really tired. I'm going to go upstairs. And yeah, that voice is cursed, bro. I'm sorry, guys. Genuinely, I'm sorry. Anyway, she goes upstairs. She doesn't come back. So end of the Ben's little sister voice. That's gone. That's gone for at least another video. And Andrew's just like looking at Ben. And Ben's looking at him. And Ben's like, Ben is not having it. He is really pissed. He's like, dude, you have 5 seconds to explain what just happened there. And he's like, look, I was sitting on the couch. She came down. She was like talking to me a lot. And like, she just like leaned in as soon as you came. I would have obviously said no. And Ben's like, well, then why were you both under a blanket then? Like, that doesn't make sense. You didn't account for this. And, like, Andrew starts, like, walking in on Ben. And Ben, like, gets up for a second. He's like, whoa. Let's not do anything too crazy. He's like, dude, I swear nothing happened. And if she tried anything, I would have said no. Like, look, she's been weird the whole day about it. I obviously don't want to, like, do anything like that. Like, I hope that you believe me on this. And Andrew's like, I don't know who to believe here. Because all I know is that I went upstairs, and when I came down, my sister was under the blankets with you and basically on top of you, dude. That's all I know. And Andrew's like, dude, I know this looks really bad. Trust me. I don't want any of this. I don't want. Go up and talk to her right now, and I just go, like, I hope she says the truth. Andrew's like, okay. Or Ben's like, okay, all right. I'll see you in 5 minutes then. And he walks upstairs. And Andrew's just sitting there. He is like in the middle of just like he's panicking. He's sweating. He feels sick to his stomach. It's just like the worst situation he's ever been in like his entire life or whatever. And eventually Ben comes back downstairs and Andrew's like, so? And Ben's like, well, I mean, she told me that, that nothing happened and that, yeah, that's all she wanted to say. And Andrew's like, all right, so we're chill then. And Ben's like, yeah. We're good. I'm going to go back to bed. Yeah, so it's... Andrew's like, God damn it, dude. Like, is this really real life right now? Really? So, yeah, the next day comes around. It's really awkward in the morning. Like, Andrew can't tell if Ben is, like, super mad or just really tired and, like, I don't know, just not saying a lot. But it wasn't super clear, or they didn't make it like super clear beforehand if Andrew's going to stay a couple days or just one. So Andrew kind of makes up an excuse. It's like, hey, man, like, I got to go back home, like, for lunch. My parents, like, my grandparents are in town or whatever. It's good seeing you. Like, let's try and link up one more time before I leave. And he's like, yeah, man, let's do it. Yeah, you know what happens? Ben and Andrew don't link up after that. While it was 0% Andrew's fault, maybe he could have, like, lied about having a girlfriend or just... Maybe, I don't even know. It wasn't his fault, bro. It wasn't his fault. But yeah, unfortunately, Andrew and Ben, this story was kind of recent. This happened this summer. But they just haven't really, like, talked afterwards. Like, they don't text. They don't do anything. They haven't met up again. Hopefully, right, they get over each other. Like, it'll, like, be in the past at some point.